Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to PM with Kim, y'all. A marvelous and magnificent Monday evening to you. I pray that your day was just that, marvelous and magnificent, especially for a Monday, y'all, because we know how those Mondays can be blue. But I pray that your Monday was better than you anticipated, and that you have made it through traffic or making your way home, and that you are doing well in your mind, body, and spirit, and that all is well on your side of town and on your side of the world. So, welcome back to my regulars, and welcome aboard to my new people who are joining this journey. This is PM with Kim, and I'll give you inspirations, ahas that hit me during the day. And so here I am to share with you all my Monday thoughts. And let me just say, I was feeling some kind of way this morning. I just did not want to go, and I prayed all the way. I was having a heavy moment. Like, it's just several things were sitting in my spirit, but I just wasn't ready to go back. And I had a moment going to work, but I prayed and asked God to just give me peace and rest my spirit, and let me not go back to chaos, and let it be a good day. And it was. So glory to God. He hears my prayers, and he hears yours too, and he answers. He gives us what we need. All we need to do is ask, and sometimes we don't even have to ask because he already knows. So my day was good. It was good. It was a good day. I feel better in my spirit, and all is well in my mind, my heart, my soul, my spirit. So my day was good. My day was good. The substitute didn't do anything. I did all that work, leaving that work, and they did one thing in 4 days, because they were off one day last week. They did one assignment in 4 days. I did all that time, but had I not left anything, then they would have been calling me on the carpet. Your kids didn't have anything to do, and they would. So it's a catch-22. But you know what? It freed me up today, because I ain't had to do anything, because they had to do what they needed to do in order for us to get to the next phase. So hey, it was a good Monday. So here I am with PM with Kim, and I have some evening inspiration that I want to share. Some things that hit me yesterday, today, and so I'm here to talk about love again, y'all. Yes, I am, because I call myself Big Love Kim, and hey, love is just everything. so I and then a couple of, and it just all fell together. That's why I know it's Holy Spirit inspired, because just one thing fell into place to the next thing, and I was like, when I got home, I already had it together. So here I am. So one, I want to first talk about the Netflix movie, Ruth and Boaz. I watched it last night. And actually, I still have the last 10 minutes to watch tonight, because it kept buffering, and just Netflix, I don't know what it was, but it was messing up. So I might even go back and watch the whole thing, but it was good. It was a good modern day version of the story of Ruth and Boaz in the Bible, in the book of Ruth. So I enjoyed it. It was a good, it was a well-written, well-acted modern version of loosely based on the book of Ruth, but it was good. It was not loosely. It was a good. It was because, but it was so modern, so you got to give it a little bit of wiggle room in the middle there. But it was definitely based on the book, and it was good. And not to get, I ain't gonna spoil nothing or anything, but just the whole premise behind it is that the modern Ruth didn't trust Boaz to love her in and through her truths of her life, the stuff that she was carrying. She didn't trust that he would love her in spite of it and through it. But just as the Bible says, and it's demonstrated so many times, love covers a multitude of sins. Love can cover a lot of things. And so it was good. It was good. I recommend it. Go check it out. I do have to say that I was in my feelings a little bit, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm always transparent, so I'm gonna be honest. I was in my feelings because excuse me. I stopped watching the Hallmark movies a little while ago. I'll watch them every now and then, especially Christmas time. I will watch them during Christmas time. But I don't know. I get tired of watching other people's love stories. So I was feeling a little bit kind of way, but it was good. It made me feel, I watched it, I enjoyed it, but after I watched it, I know I was in my feels. But it's okay. Uh, it's inspiring. So if nothing else, it inspires the hope that we all, those of us that desire, because everybody don't desire to have a love or be married and all that. Everybody don't desire that, but for those of us that do, I'm holding on to the hope. But it was good. So check it out if you haven't already checked it out. But then switching it around, I just kind of want to, for those of you who have not read the Bible, who have not read the book of Ruth, who don't even know, you only know because what you saw in this movie, but watch the movie, but go back to read Ruth, and just a quick synopsis, and a couple of things to point out that kind of tie back into the movie and just tie into us, who desire that godly, God ordained love. Ruth, a lot of times you hear commentary, you hear people talking about the story of Ruth and Boaz and whatever else, and it kind of, a lot of times you hear the spin where it's like they're focusing on the fact that Boaz was her kinsman redeemer. He redeemed her. He covered her. He married her, and they lived happily ever after, whatever. And that's kind of the focus that you always hear, but it's a process to get to that. That's the end result, but people kind of leave out the important things, and so I just wanted kind of to point out to you all as you watch the movie and as you go back and entertain the book of Ruth from the Bible, that the end result was beautiful, and it was, and Boaz did what he was supposed to do as a man and whatever else, and it made it seem like Ruth was so fortunate to have Boaz who chose her and covered her and all of that. But in order for him to have gotten to that point, people forget he saw her first. He noticed her first, and he noticed her because she was special. She was special. She walked in love. She was humble. She left her home after her husband died, after her brother-in-law died, and went with her mother-in-law back to her home, and left her people, left everywhere, and left the fact that she didn't know if she was still a young woman. She didn't know if she was going to get married again, but she would not leave her mother-in-law. She would not leave her to herself. She was going with her, and she said, I'm going where you go, I go. What God you have, that's going to be my God. I'm not leaving you. And so she was, a special woman already. And so that was what her aura, her light, is what Boaz noticed. He noticed her because she was gleaning in the field trying to get food, wheat, so that her and Naomi, her mother-in-law, could eat. And he noticed her. And what he did, because she was humble, she radiated love, and she had a spirit of gratefulness because she was out there getting what she could get, the scraps that she could get, so that she could make sure that they ate, her and her mother-in-law Naomi, that they could eat. And so she, in her walk, and in not even having to say anything, just her aura, he noticed her. Boaz noticed her. He noticed her first, and he covered her and favored her because he told his workers to make sure they leave enough for her to glean, to pick up, to take home, so that she could take care of herself. So he noticed her. I don't even know if it was so much her beauty, other than more than her aura, because her light was shining. She was humble. She was grateful. She was, she walked in love, and he noticed that. So that's how it began. He noticed her. He noticed her character. And he instructed his people to make sure that she got what she needed without calling her out, without embarrassing her, because she ain't have, so that she and her mother-in-law could eat. And that's where it all started. And that is the beauty of it all. And then she was grateful, and she worked, and she got what they needed to sustain them. And then she was in a place where she could hear because her mother-in-law then, when she found out that Boaz, that she was there, mother-in-law gave her instruction, and that's when wisdom, godly women of wisdom come in, and she prepared her. She's like, okay, so this is what you're gonna do. Yeah, you got his attention, but here's what you're gonna do. And she gave her instructions on what she needed to do to prepare herself, to take it beyond him noticing her. Because I don't even know, if she knew full on that he had already noticed her. She knew that, that he had favor, he had covered her, was favoring her. But so then Naomi gave her instructions. This is what you do. You go, they were all having a, good time, drinking their wine and having a good time. And when he lays down, you lay at his feet, pull back the cover at his feet. When he wakes up and he sees you there, that's the sign that, hey, I want you to choose me. And so she positioned herself. She listened and she positioned herself so that he could then pursue her. It's a beautiful story. If you sit in it and you read it and you really get to the heart of it, it is a beautiful story. But he noticed her first. He favored and covered her in love first. But he noticed her because she was love. She radiated that. She carried herself humbly, and she was grateful to have what she could get from the fields, gleaning. And then she listened to her godly wisdom, positioned herself, and he pursued her. And that's the love story. And so that's love. That is love. That is the process of love played out, and it is beautiful. And it is beautiful. And I really did, like I said, I really did enjoy the movie because it was a modern version. And I loved the modern version, how Ruth really, she was afraid. She was drawn to this man, and she knew he was feeling her, but she had her truths scared her, and she thought that they would scare him. And once he found out, he was like, girl, you it. You it for me. So I just loved it. I loved it. So check it out if you can, and then go back to the book of Ruth and read it and sit in it and really savor it, because it is beautiful. The love story is beautiful. And I guess, I'm just a sap for love, but especially if it, God ordained, God breathed love. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. So for those of us who want it, keep the hope. I had, like I said, I had a little moment, because I got tired of watching everybody else's love story, and quiet as kept. No offense to anybody of any other ethnic persuasions, but Black people got love too. I get tired of watching everybody else's love story. So that's why I really wanted to see this one, because I want to see Black love on the screen, because we do have it. And so mainstream doesn't show it as much. And so that's why I wanted to watch this. And so I implore you to go and watch it and support it, because it was good. But then go back to the book of Ruth and read it, the real story, the real people, and be inspired and have hope to know that, if you're Ruth, your Boaz is there. You're God ordained, God breathed Boaz. He's there. He's coming. And if you're Boaz, believe that your Ruth, your God ordained, your God breathed Ruth is there, and she's coming. And when it collides, it's going to be beautiful. And so I am Johnny come lately, because I listen to my gospel music all the time. And, I get my notion about me, and I go to my oldies. And, and then want to spice it up, I like my reggae. So I don't listen to the modern, music too much. Now, if somebody says, hey, have you heard so-and-so song? I'm like, oh, okay. So it's a couple of people I like. I've listened to certain songs, but I don't just listen to it every day. So unless somebody says, oh, you like this song, or if I kind of hear it in passing or whatever. So I came up on my YouTube channel. This song popped up today, and I'm probably Johnny come later, because I don't even know who the dude is, but the song was so perfect for this, the modern Ruth and Boaz story, and for our stories. It's, Hold on, I'm gonna read it to you. It's a long song, but I'm not gonna do my commentary. You know how I go through the song and I do the commentary. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna preface it by saying that this song, it ties into the whole, the whole Ruth Boaz kind of the modern love story, and how, we have flaws. We have our truths. We have our shortcomings. But if you're loving genuinely, you're going to love flaws and all. You're going to meet your person right where they are and love them through it. They're going to love you through your stuff. You're going to love them through their stuff. And it's going to be beautiful if that is what your heart is saying, and that is what God is if that's what you try to do, if you're really waiting, for it to really be beautiful. But even in our stuff, because we're not going to be perfect, but even in our stuff, even where we are in meeting, we can love through the stuff. We can love flaws and all, as John Legend says, and perfect imperfections. I love your perfect imperfections, flaws and all. And so this song, like I said, y'all probably already know. Y'all probably like, Kim, you late. But this song, it touched my soul. I listened to it a couple times and it popped up on my feed today. And it just was so God inspired, I believe. And I'm always watching videos and stuff about love and all of that. So it just popped up. But I'm going to read you the song lyrics, but go and listen to it. I've listened to it like 4 times. Oh, it will inspire you, especially if you that Ruth, or, not necessarily the Ruth, but you carrying, stuff, and you think like, oh, no, I got to get it all the way together. Or they ain't going to like me because of this, or I ain't going to like, guess what? We all have pasts. We all have stuff. We all have baggage. We all have stuff that you're unpacking and unlearning and whatever else. But if you can connect up and love each other through it, it's beautiful. And so like I said, the song and the modern movie, it just kind of tied in. And so I'm going to read you the lyrics. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to give commentary. I just wanted to preface it by saying, this is what the lyrics say. Listen, I'm a lyricist. Music is beautiful, but the words move my soul. And then when you have good music on top of it. So this is a beautiful song. Go and listen to it, but it will inspire you to step out in the love arena and allow it to work for you. Make it work. All right. So the song is by Adam Soul. I ain't even never heard of the dude. I ain't never heard of the song, but it is one of my favorites now. Adam Soul is his name. And the song is The Way You Save Me. Adam Soul, The Way You Save Me. Go check out the video on YouTube. And I'm going to read you the chorus. I guess I'm not a music person, but it's like the chorus and then the bridge or whatever, and then the verse. So I'm going to read it to you. It's long, but go listen to it. But I'm not going to have commentary. So I'm doing my commentary right now so that I don't hold you all night long, because I could talk about every line, everything. You just sit in it and listen to the words and let them hit your spirit, and let it remind you of where you can be in your journey for love, and that it does not have to be perfect. All right, so Adam Soul, The Way You Saved Me. I was a house with all the lights off, windows shuttered from the rain, talking brave to every shadow, till your laughter said my name. You walked in quiet like a sunrise, open windows let me breathe, held the walls until they softened, taught my heart it could believe. When I disappear inside my head, you find me gentle, unafraid. You stitched the pieces where I bled and stayed until the shaking fades. Oh, it's the way you saved me. This is the chorus. It's the way you saved me. Say my name and lift the weight. Teach my lungs to breathe again. Slow the thunder in my veins. Pulling light through every crack. Holding pieces carefully. It isn't what you promised, love. It's the way you save me. Save me. Ooh, verse 2. Midnight talks on kitchen tiles. Bare feet warming up the floor. You didn't fix me with your answers. You just hold me even more. You write courage on my shoulders. Trace a future on my skin. Every never turns to maybe. Every maybe lets you in. If I go quiet, read my eyes. You know where the hurting lies. You keep the room of us alive with every steady breath you give. And then it goes to the chorus. It's the way you save me. Say my name and lift the weight. Teach my lungs to breathe again. Slow the thunders in my veins. Pulling light through every crack. Holding pieces carefully. It isn't what you promised, love. It's the way you save me. Save me. And then verse 3 says, let the rain keep talking to the glass. We'll be warm beneath its hem. If I splinter, hold me fast. Count to 3 and pull me in. Write your name along my back. I'll write mine across your hands. 2 small lanterns in the black, finding home in where we stand. And then the chorus goes, it's the way you save me, lift the weight and make me whole. Breath to breath, you steady me. Write your light into my soul. Every crack becomes a window. Let the morning rise in me. It isn't what you promised, love. It's the way you save me. And then the last part, the ending of it says, leave the lamp on, stay the night. Your heartbeat leads me home. Woo! I could talk about this song, but I ain't gonna even hold you that long because I'm gonna talk about 30 minutes just about the song and on those lyrics. But you know what? Guess what? There's 2 things. Oh my, this song is, if this don't inspire hope to say it don't matter where you are, that love is going to love somebody through their stuff. You going to love them through their stuff. They going to love you through your stuff. Y'all going to connect. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to listen to it again. This is, one of my new favorites. I didn't even know this dude. But, what'd he say? Oh gosh. You opened windows and let me breathe. Held the walls until they softened, taught my heart it could believe. That breaks down all of those things that we've guarded around our hearts because of the hurt, the disappointment, the abandonment, all of the stuff. And those walls, the right love can soften those walls and teach your heart to believe again. Good God. Whoa, he says, say my name and lift the weight, teach my lungs to breathe again, slow the thunder in my veins, pulling light through every crack. Oh my gosh. But then the other part, where is the other one that I like? Oh, good God. He says, write your courage on my shoulder, trace a future on my skin. Every never turns to maybe, every maybe lets you in. So even like, nope, I ain't letting you in. I ain't loving again. I've been hurt. I don't want it. But then the real love comes in and breaks down those walls and softens the space and allows your heart to pump properly again. And those no's become maybe. And then the maybes, like, you know what? Here you go. I'm letting you in. Good God. Oh my God. I said I wasn't going to do a bunch of commentary, but this is so meaty. I couldn't leave this one alone, but I ain't going to do the whole song because it's long. And then he said, let the rain keep talking to the glass. We'll be warm beneath its hem. If I splinter, hold me fast. Count to 3 and pull me in. Oh, I might revert. I might remember some of the stuff that hurt me, but don't let me go. Pull me back in. The rain. Oh, my goodness. He said, write your name along my back. I'll write mine across your hand. Is that, can you visualize laying with your boo and the rain is dropping and y'all just having a moment and like, oh my God, Lord have mercy. He said, 2 small lanterns in the black, finding home and where we stand. And, good God, good God. And then the last part here that jumped out at me, he says, write your light into my soul. Every crack becomes a window. Write your light into my soul. Every crack becomes a window. I might have been dark. I might have been fighting it. I might have been hell-bent against it. But your light entered my soul. And now every crack is a window open to the beauty of love. Good God, if this don't make you excited, God, ooh, then you ain't ready for love. Oh my gosh. And then he said, let the morning rise in me. It isn't what you promise. It isn't what you promised, love. It's in the way you saved me. But then that last part, leave the light on, stay the night. Your heartbeat leads me home. Good God, good God. And that's the kind of love that Ruth and Boaz had. And the real Ruth and Boaz had. That's the kind of love that the modern day movie Ruth and Boaz had. And that's the kind of love that you and I can have with our Boazes and our Ruths. And so I'm going to leave you with this last quote that just kind of tied in. I've been looking at this quote and been marinating on it for a little while. And it just ties in. It's a good way to end right here. And it says, you deserve a love so safe and pure that your soul can finally rest. And that's the kind of love we first find in Jesus, who is the center of our heart. But I'm talking about in eros love, the affectionate partner love. You deserve a love so safe and pure that your soul can finally rest. That is so beautifully said. Because guess what? I pray that we, the Ruths, the women, those of us who desire to be married and to be loved right and properly, the way God said that we should be, I pray that that we're noticed and we're pursued. And that you, the men who are the Boazes, the men who are trying to do your thing, who are trying to be led by God, who are just doing what you're supposed to do, that you can spot a woman of value and pursue and cover her. So that in all of that, we can create and rewrite our love stories so that, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it, that we can create and live out our love story so that we go from laboring and learning lessons in love to laughing and living abundantly in love. That is what we deserve. That is what God has ordained for us. And if we wait on him and if we let him do it and we love through our stuff, despite what we have, love through our truths, because we all have truths, we all have a past, and then we unpack and we heal as much as we can before. But then if there's stuff, because this stuff gonna come up, love through the stuff. So that is my prayer for all of my ladies, me, Boaz, God inspired, God breathed the Boaz. Find me. And to you men, you God ordained Boazes, know her when you see her and pursue her and watch God smile on it and bless it and make it beautiful. And that's what I want us to do. I want us to have real life love stories, that we don't have to just live vicariously through the TV, and that we don't have to watch other cultures and nationalities live out their love, because we got black love too. So that's my thing. That's it. I'm a love girl. Big love, Kim. But check out the movie, read the book of Ruth, and then walk in, if that's what you so desire, walk in it and be ready. That's it. That's all, y'all. It's my love thing for tonight. Yes, Lord. So I pray that the rest of your evening is richly blessed. I pray that when you lay down tonight, that your sleep will be peaceful and restful and sweet, and that you will have divine dreams, and that the hand of God will rest upon you all night long, and that the angels will encamp all around your home, keeping you and everybody in it safe from any hurt, harm, or danger, and that when you awaken tomorrow, you'll be refreshed, you'll be revived, you'll be renewed, and you'll be ready to run on to see what your terrific Tuesday will be. And the Ruths, you're going to walk, and you're going to be humble, and you're going to walk in love, and you're going to be grateful, and you're going to just keep walking upright. And the Boazes, you're going to walk in your mighty power that God has bestowed upon you, and you're going to have eyes to see and appreciate and cover and pursue your Ruth. And we're going to have our love stories, and we're going to live them in real life, in real time, for the world to see. And God will be pleased. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Have some woosah, wind down time. And if you have time tonight, check out the movie. Check out the movie. And keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Because I'm keeping hope alive. I'm keeping hope alive. Yes, Lord. That's it. That's all, y'all. Peace and blessings from my heart to yours. I love you. I love you. I love you. Go and be marvelous and magnificent this evening. And don't forget me tomorrow in the AM, where I'm going to have something else to say. All right, y'all. Go and be blessed. And let love live again in your spirit.